sign of good artist. You hear sound, what pianist or violinist makes. After 2 seconds, you're already taken.
Last week I played in Concerto by this recital with German romantics, Schubert and Schumann, and next week I'm now switching to Prokofiev, which is such a provocative machine-like hammering music, rebellious against all the establishment and so on. And that's like being two different pianists, really, two different persons, and that's one of the things that makes this occupation, to be a pianist, such a challenging and interesting occupation.
Go, Papa! Way of music making is very, very special and very specific. I would compare it with speaking in all its varieties and colors, and always feel the human being behind it, also the physical human being, the movements, the procedure into a musical theme or into some language. That kind of human quality and human greatness is not common with everybody great musician. There are some funny devils around or artificial angels, and Leif Ove is a human being, and that's something very, very wonderful.
Very often I have a clear idea or concept of a piece when I start working on it. I don't know where that feeling comes from. Many details will be changed during the process, but I often have a clear picture of the composition as a whole. The music of Brahms is not merely these long singing lines. There is this great construction, underlying themes which are just as fascinating. And these I have to bring to light, and at the same time I have to let the lines breathe in the right way and all the details talk at the same time.
So that it's only 4 times. You are content now?
I didn't feel totally in it today. It was like a little bit standing outside. Yesterday in the concert I felt more free because I was more focused and in it. We're going on a European tour to Vienna, Brussels, Paris, Cologne, Munich, London, Amsterdam and Oslo. And the program will be Beethoven First Sonata, pieces by Janáček and Webern, and the second sonata by Brahms.
Well, I somehow feel that chamber music is sort of essence of music making in a way. When I play with a great orchestra and I feel that we are doing chamber music together, that's when I feel the best. And I think I can just learn so much from this very intimate way of making music. We're also really getting to know another person, and we get so close through this kind of communication.
This is now exactly straight.
It's a little bit thin here. Yes,
So actually, ideal would be this.
Too much?
Yeah. This is ideal. To this ball.
It's a really big difference. It's amazing. I'm like a fish in the water in this environment and in the process of being totally concentrated on the music. And I think it's important to show this to people that I'm living in it. It's not something I'm putting on a tuxedo and being very cultural and go on stage to perform a piece of inspired music. It's rather a consequence of living with music day and night.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
There's a big chorus.
How would you like to have the light? You can try it this evening, maybe. This is
I like it
a
quite
bit
dark
less.
in the hall usually, but
Yeah.
this is beautiful hall.
Many people feel that music or art is a way of escaping from life. But for me it's exactly the opposite, in fact. It's a way of getting closer to feeling alive. It's often there I find the greatest space within myself. I can also find the space in relationships to other people and in some other situations in life. But music for me is no escape. It is my life. I will practice a bit more on this beautiful piano here, and then I will eat lunch with a couple of friends. But I will probably not be very social because I'm not in the mood of being social right before the concert. And then I will sleep. I always sleep.
And you can't imagine he's that young. And it's for me it's very special, and it really it comes from the soul.
was given the role of pianist before I decided to become a pianist. Suddenly I was thrown into a life as a concert pianist, and I really didn't have any concept of what it meant to be a professional musician, what it meant to be a soloist. So everything was new to me when I started traveling. Everything from languages, entering a restaurant and ordering food, to meeting conductors, meeting orchestras, organizers and audiences. I felt quite claustrophobic those first years.
Ja. Dette snakker vi om.
When I came to study with Linka at the Bergen Conservatory, it was as if he opened up entirely new possibilities for me. I suddenly realized what I could express through the piano, things that I had no idea even existed before, both technically and musically.
Well, you seem to have everything under control, but still I have quite a lot to say, so we start from the beginning.
He's very intuitive. He's possibly the most intuitive musician I ever met. And therefore I still find it exciting to play for Gigi now and then.
Solen, åpne du! Ja, den dissonans som gjør det at det blir trist, plutselig tristamento, sant? Ja, det liker ikke at det stopper.
This time it was a coincidence. I came from a masterclass in Chicago and a concert there. On my way home it was convenient to stop here and take in this great experience.
I'm very happy that Gigi could come, because getting some feedback just before a concert is psychologically very good for me. I sort of get some notches to hang things on.
Så foretrekker jeg altså om du har lokket på, Christian.
And I would prefer if you close the lid, Christian.
Det koster.
That'll cost extra.
Okay.
Do you have my music?
No, I don't. I've just marked the places where you play.
I've got all of them, so I can see where you make mistakes.
I assumed you weren't actually going to make any, but I see I should have brought them.
Det har jo en fantastisk virkning med de der Bach-transkripsjonene.
It's an incredible effect with those Bach transcriptions that we have added to this program. Kurtag himself has often composed his programs like this, and one gets this tension between past and present, and achieves a timeless feeling.
Det skaper sånn uendelighet.
Rødt kvarter, ja.
When we passed through the entire exhibition and return here, the effect is more powerful. It's wonderful for me to play in Bergen. I've played a lot here and the audience have expectations, which is always a good thing.
It's very inspiring to work with him because he makes things seem so natural. He sets up things in such a way that you have a natural dialogue.
I think Leif Ove is regarded now as one of the finest pianists on the concert circuit for a number of reasons. The first and foremost, of course, is his extraordinary technical facility. I mean, he plays with an ease and a very natural flow. He's a delightful musician. He has a natural musicality that just communicates and a terrific sense of fun. And so if I have an artist like Leif Ove who has that wonderful natural spontaneity, that's very appealing to me as a conductor. Really soft and just mark the accents, but don't come up as a general sort of crescendo.
Perfection feels like a stiff term to me, but perhaps we lack a better expression. Of course, I strive for precision, and it's often the case when you have a framework and you're precise. Spontaneity arises at the moment when you achieve precision. That's when you feel free.
Shouldn't we hold it a little bit longer and then...
The chord?
Yeah, because it's a fermata.
I've almost played my entire repertoire of piano concertos here. It's an orchestra where I've tried out many things for the first time. So it was a luxury for once to be able to play a piece that I've played several years.
Ifølge veldig mange. Ofte stykker. Borte stykker. Ja, jeg tenker du smaker på det.
I wanted to move abroad somehow. In the end, I settled in Copenhagen. For a Norwegian, this is the gate to the European continent, a wonderful city and a practical place for me to live with the amount of traveling that I do. I've adjusted very well here, found new friends, a nice apartment. But I don't want to break my ties to Norway, so I've kept my place in Bergen. Oops! I'd better be careful so I don't cut my fingers.
En serie på 8, så tar slutt i Carnegie Hall.
This is the first of 8 recitals on a tour, which will end in Carnegie Hall in New York, and it's probably the most demanding solo recital program I've ever played. It's nice to be able to start in my hometown. When I study a whole recital program, I like to take it on a tour. It is very good when I come to New York to have played the program several times. Then I know how it works in relation to the audience, how they react, and how I react myself. I'm also a bit worried about my stamina for this program, because it's a very long and exhausting program to play. I start with several pieces by Liszt. I am a little nervous.
It's very interesting what Sviatoslav Richter was saying about that he hates to analyze music, and on the other side, when you hear Richter play, it's totally transparent. To hear Richter is to see the composition from the eye of an eagle who flies over a landscape and who sees the whole landscape in front of him, and at the same time every small detail.